We earn money, save money, and buy things. Living beyond the economic cycle is impossible. What trends are dictated by world markets and how does it affect consumers? Watch it in People and Economy. In this program, you will know what kind of an interior do the citizens of Kazakhstan prefer, how to save on repair works, and what are the green building materials. Comfortable, cozy and warm. This is how interior designers Anna Kotelnikova and Maria Panyatova characterize their work. 3 years ago, they opened a design studio in Almaty. Since then, women create a unique interior and harmony in the homes of Kazakhstanis. It was a long way to start their own business. Apart from that, they had a lot to learn. Personally, I have been doing that for about 10 years. My partner too for a long time has been on the market. But as for our company, it is only 3 years old. That is, we're two such creative persons, two designers with our studios just merged into one. We certainly like creative work. It is a time when our hobby has probably grew up into something artistic. We have education, of course. We have had to get it. It was hard. There was so much to learn. But now we are professional designers who perform successfully on the market. Since recently, it has become a lot of work, Anna says. Interior designers have become more popular. For example, 10 years ago, many Kazakhstanis were doing repairs and hedged housing relying on their own taste. Today, the situation is different. When we started 10 years ago, it was very hard to convey the customer that basically design, it is something that is important, that the designer is not a person who earns on behalf of a client. We try to explain that we get some money for our job, with the knowledge we obtain. Let's say without our help, without the help of a professional designer, without the help of a professional architect, repair works can't go without expensive professional builders because any mistakes occur where they do not know what is the material and how to use it correctly. With builders also there are many possible problems arise. The designer is a person who collects all that in one single issue and thus helps to save money. Designers help not only save but also to choose the highest quality building materials. Fortunately, the market today offers a variety of options. The main thing is not to get confused and choose something which will be useful even tomorrow and which one will not have to throw away. During repair, it is important to take into account the nuances that in the future can fly into penny. If you say there is such a thing as linoleum or PVC tiles, which are now have become popular enough, they are warm enough, easy to install in principle, the material is not expensive. But none of the customers is aware of the fact that under the PVC he or she needs a perfect floor. Thus, as a result, they spend much more money than the floor costs. It is always the course of a designer. We, from our point of view, as designers, we can even help you choose the correct room already. Preferences of Kazakhstanis in the interior have changed. Today, many people are moving away from familiar classics and choose a loft style. This is partly due to the desire to save money, because the classic stucco suggests expensive furniture with golden leaves. Loft is an open floor plan. Space acquires industrial features such as brickwork or cast iron battery. Furniture in the interior can be different, from antique to modern. Unusual accessories are also welcome. We are very pleased that today in Kazakhstan, the loft style is actively becoming popular. In principle, it is crawling quietly, sneaks everywhere, even some elements of the fusion we can see, and certainly it is impossible to enjoy it. People do not just order classics and anything else that is already known and modern styles, the same minimalism. Some people are even asking ethnics, and this is very promising. Over 3 years of work, Anna and Marina have also got their own construction team. There are also certified suppliers of building materials. Thus, they're offering the customer a complete package, a turnkey basis. Recently, designers have got a new service, assistance in choosing housing. Both the quality and the budget are perhaps the two companions without which repairs and design of the project cannot be done. but you do not understand that it is always necessary to balance between quality and beauty, but not at the expense of quality, let the beauty suffer. Or on the contrary, beauty could become the sacrifice to quality. That is, these two things should come in the balance. They always have to be in the balance and more or less on the same level. Cost of services of the designer is hardly cheap. The average price is $20 per square meter, but the prices are not scaring customers, even on the contrary. Today, more and more customers are from a number of people with an average income, experts say, and on such a strong demand affects not only the increase in purchasing power, but also the education. Experts point out that the more people use the internet and the more they are traveling, the more they become whimsical. They often turn to designers having their own ideas and images, which sometimes could surprise even an experienced specialist. To be honest, every project itself is very interesting, because for some reason there is always something interesting going on which gives us more experience. That is, something interesting comes up what we think should be done this way, but it can be done differently, and we understand that it will be better for us and for the customer. And to be honest, every project is filled with special energy. Housing renovation is quite expensive, and very few people are delighted with it. According to statistics, most of the population does the refreshing repair in their apartments once in every 5 years. At that, almost every time it is a simple cosmetic repair. By the way, the cost of such dubious pleasure is very significant, an average $300 per 1 square meter, if the repair goes under the European standards. According to surveys, more than a half of the inhabitants of the CIS countries put the repair costs on the first place, ahead of spending on vacation and buying a new car. Today, the building materials market offers a variety of options, from the budget items to very expensive ones. In addition, there is also the fashion for certain materials in this area. For example, now, the wooden shingles are in trend. For years, the eco style has been popular. Not only the wood dominates here, but also ceramics, stone and even glass. And despite the fact that the shelves of construction stores in Kazakhstan offer a wide range of products from all corners of the globe, local producers satisfy almost half of the domestic demand for construction materials. And already in the nearest future, market participants are hoping to bring this figure up to 80%. According to the last words of the Prime Minister, he said that today we have less than 50% of the consumption of local building materials. I agree with him. That is, somewhere around 40 to 45% of the local construction industry is fully provided by domestically produced building materials. One of the most successful industries in the domestic construction industry is the production of cement. In the country, there are about 16 large plants, and many of them had been launched in the framework of the State Program of Industrial Innovative Development. That is, we now import cement, but not so much, of course, but it is already a good start. 500,000 tons of cement we send for export. That is, everything associated with cement we manufacture ourselves. Local business during production process are using lots of advanced technologies without damaging the environment. The emphasis is made on energy efficiency. Development of construction in Kazakhstan promotes the release of more materials. They are not only supplying local construction sites, but also being sent abroad. It also can be noted that during the first 11 months, export volume of building materials has also shown an increase of about 51%, which was achieved thanks to an increase in exports to Russia, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan and other nearest countries. At the end of 2016, production volumes of ceramic tiles in Kazakhstan increased by 4%. For comparison, in 2009, the production volume amounted to 90,000 square meters. Last year, this figure reached 1.5 million square meters. The growth of the construction industry in principle is important for any country, because this industry, it can be said, is a locomotive, since the construction industry is fast enough to create jobs through infrastructure development of roads, construction materials, which generally has a positive effect on the business activity of the market. In Kazakhstan, favorable conditions for the development of many industries are being created. Production of building materials is no exception. As part of government program, it is provided with the support to entrepreneurs, which aims to increase production volumes and create working places. In order to support entrepreneurs, to support business initiatives in general, a single program of state support and business initiatives was adopted, the Roadmap 2020. It is also worth noting that there is an informative business portal which is called the Business Territory, and entrepreneurs are able to obtain full information on all the instruments of state support, that is, by reference to step-by-step instructions on how to take part in a state program. There is another state program, Performance 2020. Participants can expect a reimbursement, for example, for improving the skills of employees. In the construction industry, there are almost 1,500 plants which employ more than 40,000 people. According to the internet portal energyprom.kz, Kazakhstani enterprises provide a 100% demand for concrete, more than a 99% demand, 99.2% on mortars. For 96%, they satisfy their domestic needs in Portland cement, in the drywall for 82%, and in the bricks and tiles made from burnt clay for 72%. Production of building materials has become a priority sector in the program of industrial innovative development for 2015-2019 years. It is planned that by the end of this period, the country will increase the capacity of 4 cement plants up to 3 million tons per year. It will also increase the production of energy-saving materials, flat glass and construction mixtures. The important role here is played by investment. Therefore, great attention is paid to improving the investment climate, that is, the introduction of tax and customs incentives, grants and subsidies. Domestic industry of production of building materials is quite attractive for investment, both domestic and foreign. Yet there are not filled niches, and as part of ongoing research by our institute, a list of priority products has been created. That is, for each priority item was designed a special passport containing the information about the approximate cost of the project, its implementation, the information about the possible markets of export, and so on. That is, you might know where you can export to and also the approximate location of the implementation of the project. That is, all of this information is publicly available on the website. Today, the leading trend in the repair of apartments is the topic of ecology. Designers strive to realize the natural products with natural and environmentally friendly building materials that positively impact not only on health but also on the wallet of customers. Eco-products are cheaper than their chemical analogues for almost 10%. Naturally mixture paints and water emulsions are breaking all sales records. Paper-based wallpaper and a new type of flooring, marmoleum, the wood and flaxseed oil-based covering are increasingly going in demand. In addition, many manufacturers are focused on energy efficiency. Producers of thermal insulation materials work together with research centers and create innovative products that significantly reduce energy costs. In Amsterdam, they began to print the bricks on a 3D printer. Creators of this new process claim that the production is environmentally friendly and the bricks can be used for the construction of real walls. In addition, these products are able to cool the room. This is achieved thanks to this special structure. During the hot season, the most marketable materials was considered the cement. Every year around the world, hundreds of new factories are being opened, which produce over 3 billion tons of cement. Production volumes are constantly increasing due to the Asian countries and the United States. Celestial Empire is a leader in the production of cement, plate glass and decorative materials. Every year, the Chinese market of construction products increases by almost 10%. Annually, China produces 1.45 billion tons of cement. In the second place goes India with 301 million tons. The US closes the top 3 leaders with its 144 million tons of cement per year. 9 years ago, the Mexican scholar José Carlos Rubio began working on creating unique cement from which the luminous concrete can be made. Sometime later, he presented a material that could store solar energy during the day and release it at night for 12 hours.